Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Grunt Speak Live, episode 119. I'm Toxic Male, the antidote to exhilaration, and he's killed a man with this thumb. Terrence Pop.
What's up, you sappy sad sacks here? We have a different show for you here tonight.
Yes.
All right, now, unfortunately, we are going to rush through the first half because we have a guest for the second half.
Oh, yeah, we do.
And this particular guest is currently on the rolls of active duty and is embroiled dead nut center in the middle of this the coof hotshot vax mandate craziness that's going on in the military. And this is huge. I mean, it involves like national fraud, national monkeying with medical records, not following the procedures. It's literally a big shell game of 3-shell Monty.
Yeah.
And we'll explain it all to you when we go to alt tech.
Yes.
And there's going to be a lot of information in there that attorneys can use to attack this moving forward, because the battle has already been fought towards the end of the first Gulf War in 99-2000 and fought again in 2004.
Don't forget about going back to 1945-46.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm just telling you right now.
It goes way back.
It goes way back.
We're in the way back machine today, Sherman and Peabody.
All right, so, I mean, like this, and I'm going to be covering just a hint of Army or military administrative violence at the end that anyone can use to bring a bunch of scunnion down on the officers who are pushing this facade.
Yes. And as always, when it comes time to jump to new tech, I will be sending you the links for Rumble, Twitch, DLive, MGTOW.tv. Unfortunately, Odyssey decided to have a little bit of duplicity this afternoon. I scheduled the stream, and for some reason it decided to schedule 2, and when it did so, it completely jacked up my stream key, so when we went live, Odyssey's not getting it.
Yeah, so unfortunately,
Sucks!
It will not be showing up on Odyssey originally. We will put it up there after the fact, though.
Absolutely. I already pasted the link in there for Rumble. We are live on Rumble, Twitch, DLive, MGTOW.tv, and, of course, YouTube.
Yeah, and you guys are going to see firsthand why this first sergeant was never promoted to sergeant major.
Yeah, it could be because you cause, what's that word, trouble.
No, I'm not a yes man.
Oh, yeah.
I don't kiss ass or suck dick.
Well, in the eyes of people who do all of those things, you're trouble.
That's right. Yeah, and if you're going to be risking people's lives, I literally quadruple down.
Yes.
Because I'm not having that. Anyone who's ever served with me knows when they show up on my blotter as being under my responsibility, they get 110 fucking %.
Outstanding.
I can't tell you how many times I got to show up. Well, I'm only here for a couple months until I transfer out, so you don't have to really worry about me. I'm like, oh.
Oh, you think so, huh?
Excuse me, but is this your name? And is this name appearing on the list?
The clipboard of woe?
And at the top here, first sergeant, what is that name? That's my name. That means you get 110%. So if you're doing fucked up shit, I'm going to know about it. And I'm going to fuck you up. But if you're doing the right thing and somebody else is fucking with you, I'm going to fuck them up. Because that's what I do.
See how that works?
Yeah. So.
Now get moving, Tess. All right.
All right, so there'll be no going off in the weeds.
No going off in the weeds. We're going to try to keep this as concise as possible. With that being said, poor Bob Saget. Following the announcement that his fatal head injuries were consistent with a baseball bat or a fall from 20 to 30 feet, the family is suing to block the release of his death records.
All right.
That's a far cry from, he hit his head and went and laid down because it was no big deal.
All right, now I'm going to just do an official part here where I'm going to apologize that I made a comment when I heard about his death that he may have been vaxxed or not, and that possibly what killed him. But if a head injury of this extensive...
Well, either way, foul play is
foul play is at hand here.
And if the family is suing to try to keep the investigation, or to try to block the investigation, It sounds like, I'm not saying this is what happened. This is allegedly, of course. It sounds like somebody wanted early inheritance.
Or somebody didn't agree with what they were getting.
That's, yeah. I get what? And Susie gets, but she's a whore. I'll get you, daddy.
But typically, if it's an inheritance thing, things like this happen just before major changes are made to the will.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've heard about stuff like this. Dad makes an announcement like, hey, this happened over here. Bartholomew decided that he wanted to
do dumb shit.
Do dumb shit. He decided to go Mr. Hands with the horses on the farm and get his colon perforated. So I don't want to risk him. He's
out.
I'm cutting him out of the will. We're done here. That's the image of that. God.
Damn it. All right.
Damn sexy animals on the farm.
All right, let's move along. Let's get this going.
I had to throw back to the stupid woke bitch.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, 38 genders, but your cheeseburger comes with a dose of misogyny. Don't forget.
Yeah.
And you know what? Before we even jump into this, I think this graphic is quite appropriate.
Dad, I'm scared.
Now, we don't have a twatter. I know that. No. Anybody out there who still has a twatter, if you do, Defiant L is an account that you should be following. Because they point out hypocrisy using Leftoid's own words. It's the
That's
finest.
all they do.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And of course, they got accidentally banned for a little while. But yeah, there's some masterpieces in here. Here's our stunning and brave, duly elected 81 million scoops of ice cream commander-in-chief. October 29th, 2019, paying off your kid's student loan debt can feel overwhelming. We need a president who understands that. Breaking news from Forbes, December 13th, 2021. Biden won't extend student loan relief.
I'm sorry. You should not. If you have student loans, you pay them. Listen, they told you up front, you're not bankrupting on this.
Yeah.
So pay your fucking debt.
Which right there should have been the first red flag for everybody considering taking out the student loan.
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah. Here we go. Frederick Joseph. Everyone underestimated Hitler and the Nazi Party, as many are with Trump and the Republican Party. Hashtag rest in peace, America. That was January 31st, 2020. Mm-hmm. Elon Musk deleted a tweet comparing Justin Trudeau to Adolf Hitler over his opposition to the trucker protest in Canada. I wish I could find the words to capture how disgusting this is.
I could just taste the wine from here.
Oh, and we're going to move on to Justin Dildeau himself.
Oh, yeah.
The commander of the Richard Potato ship up in Canada, the Canuckistan.
I like it.
When a government starts trying to cancel dissent or avoid dissent is when it's rapidly losing its moral authority to govern. That was May 23rd, 2012. Mm-hmm. And, of course, the ongoing blockades and occupations are presenting serious challenges to law enforcement's ability to effectively enforce the law. Because of that, the federal government is invoking the Emergencies Act to supplement provincial and territorial capacity. And when, hit people in his own party, provincial governors were like, hey, we might be going a little bit over the board here. It's like, well, you just don't trust government to make big decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trusting government to make big decisions
always backfires.
Is what put 1/3 of small businesses out of business.
And then once you give them that power to make these big decisions, they don't give it back.
No.
Never.
Obviously. Oh, yeah. Oh, here's a good one here. This is from the Ottawa Police Department. Back the blue.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Canada condemns Cuba's harsh sentencing following the July 2021 protests. Canada strongly advocates for freedom of expression and the right to peaceful assembly, free from intimidation. We stand with the people of Cuba and their inspiration for democracy. Oh, and that was, I shit you not, February 17th.
Okay.
This year.
Oh, wow.
Demonstrators, you must leave. You must cease further unlawful activity and immediately remove your vehicle and or property from all unlawful protest sites. Anyone within the unlawful protest site may be cut off on Twitter, apparently.
Yep.
And then you have typical leftoids like this one, Nikki Fried. I'll say this until I'm blue in the face. Our prosperity depends on public health. If businesses, especially those relying on group events, want to protect customers by requiring pokes, Governor Ron DeSantis and the legislature shouldn't be stopping them. And then, not even a year later, I've never been a supporter of vaccine mandates or bans. I've said that publicly. Weh? Who wants to tell her?
Wow. Wow. What an idiot.
I highly encourage you, if you still have a twatter, go and subscribe to this account because watching the left's
It's
words,
comedy gold.
It is absolute comedy.
It's comedy gold.
But going back to Ottawa here, I mean, maybe I'm out of the loop here, but I've been covering this from the beginning. This is our third or fourth stream on the subject. Yes.
Yes.
Did anyone start getting hurt until leftoids got involved? I mean, I know that there was that Antifa scumbag who drove his car into a crowd.
Yeah.
And hit like one, maybe two people. You know, nothing horrible. No one got killed.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until the RCMP showed up that all of a sudden people started getting trampled. I don't know if there's been any deaths in there.
I've never heard of any deaths. I heard of like some significant injuries.
Yep. And we know about, I'm going to jump to this one here. This is actually the correct one here. Canadian cops on horseback allegedly, because, video lies, trample old lady on a mobility scooter and claim that someone threw a bike. Yeah, it's...
we can't show you the actual
That's a really
video.
funny-looking bike, though, dude.
Yeah, that's a total... that's not a bike. That is one of those things seniors have to walk around and still feel somewhat normal.
This is the second senior citizen that they've roughed up in a week.
Yeah.
Remember that the other dude who was like 4'10"?
Yeah.
Looked like they were beating up on Mini-Me.
Dilbert. The old Dilbert, yeah.
Engelbert Humperdinck. Kringlebert Fisty Buns. Zinglebert Bembledack. I love this. Ottawa police, please note, no one has been seriously injured or passed away in any of today's police actions. Safety is our priority. But horses can clearly be seen in the video trampling over people. Never mind your eyes. We're trying to edit the reality that you are currently experiencing.
Okay. Now, here is actually what horses are used for. Riot control.
Yeah.
If it hasn't been called a riot, you shouldn't be calling in the horses to break it up.
Yeah. And Ottawa police here lying through their teeth. The protesters continued their assaultive behavior with the police line. Okay, standing there shirtless in the middle of winter smoking a cigarette and talking shit is not assaultive behavior.
They're linking arms.
I know.
They're arm in arm. Nobody's hitting anybody. They're like, waiting to get crushed.
They're all like kumbaya cooking wieners on the barbecue up there.
Yeah,
Come on.
Get the fuck out of here.
You're acting like this isn't being live streamed 24/7 currently, and that entire channels have been born out of nothing just covering this.
Yep.
No one trusts the media on this. Why would they? Holy smoking Joe Frazier. And who especially is going to trust the Royal Canadian Mounted Police for laughing about trampling the elderly disabled woman in leaked text? By the way, she is what they call indigenous now.
She's basically an Indian.
Yes.
And
as in the
so that whole white supreme pizza narrative, that's out the window.
Yeah, I know, although a white supreme pizza does sound kind of delicious right now. I could go for some pepperoni, a little bit of extra cheese. Why? Don't tell me you wouldn't eat a pizza right now. If I brought in a pizza and I put it right in front of you.
Of course I'd eat it, you fucker. I love pizza.
Well, you mean a little spare tire.
I have too much of a spare tire already.
Well, sometimes it's necessary, especially in Michigan winters with potholes coming to fruition, as you found out very well last night.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, Pop had to come over for about an hour waiting for a tow truck because...
Yep, there you go. All right, move along. Let's get this. Stay out of the weeds, man.
Yes, we got some of the screenshots here talking about this lady here. Don't kick all of them out until next week's group gets our turn. Nice downtown in Chateau Laurier. Time for the protesters to hear our jackboots on the ground. Just watch the horse video. That is awesome. We should practice that maneuver. Agreed.
And this is how the police lose the support of the citizens.
Yes.
And they become legitimate targets for violence.
Yes.
Historically speaking, that has always happened.
And I'm sorry to any police officer out there watching. We know most of you are good cops. Okay. But most of the power that you have does not come from the stroke of some politician's pen. It comes from the cooperation of constituents that pay your salaries.
Absolutely correct.
And if that goes away,
You're fucked.
yeah.
Yep.
More hypocrisy. I found some firsthand here. You know,
Oh, yeah!
Because you and I actually disagreed about this. You're like, I don't think anybody was up in Canada burning shit during the riots.
You were right and I was wrong, and now I have to sing the song.
It's a
Doodah.
Doodah, doodah day. Richard Potato says, anger fully understandable given the shameful history as churches burned down.
Mm-hmm.
This, of course, was, Antifa doing their Antifa thing. And this is totally fine.
Yeah.
This is fine.
There's no emergency powers, no seizing of their accounts, none of that shit.
Yep. But, you hang out in the Capitol and you honk your horn. All of a sudden, we need emergency powers. Wow. And he did say once upon a time that he admired China.
Yes, he did.
And all the, the dumbass Canucks up there were like, well, that's not what he meant. I'm sure.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm sure he's just saying that for trade relation purposes. No.
Here we go.
Oh, man. Because this goes way back. I'm not exactly sure when this happens here. This is a really good source.
So he went full Richard Potato?
Yeah, Richard Potato. Check it out on the website, redonkulas.com. All sources are available there currently. But this quote here shows you everything.
Oh, look at the mustache.
There were people clicking like on the stream just from the thumbnail.
I like it.
The shame of a nation. This is a direct quote. The very concept of a nation founded by European settlers is offensive to me. Old stock white Canadians are an unpleasant relic and quite frankly replaceable, and we will replace them. Justin Trudeau when asked to comment on his open borders immigration strategy.
And, you hear it from his own lips. That's exactly what he thinks of you.
Yep.
He has no problem replacing you. That usually involves death and imprisonment.
Of course, you can't leave this out here.
Is that him in blackface?
Yeah, it's the dictator of Canada in blackface there.
Yeah.
But don't
the
forget,
left is ignored.
Don't forget, the guy who dressed up in black and brown face too often to remember every single time and thinks that he's going to replace your whiteness. You're the racist. Don't forget.
Correct.
If you're honking your horn and you're donating to these people who actually like freedom, you're a racist.
And what is the actual percentage of the races that involved in trucking?
Oh, yeah. Because Kanakistan is playing hide and seek. Sikhs represent 40% of the trucker base. Almost half.
All right, so when they say these white supremacist truckers, who the fuck you talking about?
Look at this.
They're Muslim Indians.
There's
Get
dudes
the fuck out of here.
They're rocking turbans holding up signs. Probably speaking English better than Justin Dildeau.
Probably.
Yeah, this man is a trucker and a Canadian. Yeah, check him out.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, he looks like he could, rip your heart out of your chest and then lower into a pit of fire.
Looks like something out of Temple of Doom.
I know, that's what I was doing.
Temple of Doom.
Shiva Te, Shiva Kateo.
I can't remember that.
That's the difference between a turbo dork and a turbo dork who has brain damage. I can remember all the stuff you forget.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
It works out. It's
I like
good symbiosis here. Not too bad. We're not playing hide and seek.
All right. So what is?
And of course, we can't
Oh,
we
here we
can't
go.
go full Richard Potato without freezing your bank accounts.
All right. Now, first
Even
of-
when you're a single mom of 3 kids who barely has $12 in her bank account, happens to give $50 to the truckers.
Yeah, and look, Canada has a constitution very similar to ours.
Yeah.
How the fuck is he getting away with this? I don't even understand.
I have a feeling if things continue, he's not going to get away with it too much longer.
Yeah, especially if a lot of people start dying.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's quite atrocious. What's really hilarious, I mean, like, I don't give a shit if... The fact that this is happening at all is the offensive part. The reason I mentioned the single mother thing is because that's what the leftoids care about. Leftoids like, oh, single mothers so stunning and brave. We need to be getting down on our knees and thanking them so much for
They've
their
been
contributions
using-
to society. Violent crime, rape, crazy houses, all that stuff.
They've been using the sympathy for single mothers to basically rob the Social Security, rob the medical funds. I mean, they use sympathy to get free shit for decades now, and I'm going off in the weeds, and I'll stop.
No, it's all good. And he's even got the Washington Post spinning propaganda for him.
The WAPO?
The WAPO. The Washington Compost. The Washington Post actually published this article.
Oh, here we go.
The primarily white supporters of the Freedom Convoy,
Who are half Sikh.
who are nearly half Sikh, exactly, argue that the pandemic mandates infringe upon their constitutional rights to freedom. The notion of freedom was historically and remains intertwined with whiteness. As historian Tyler Stovall has argued, belief that one's entitlement to freedom is a key component of white supremacy. This explains why the Freedom Convoy members see themselves as entitled to freedom no matter the public health consequences to those around them.
Okay. Well, first of all, those health consequences they don't exist. I mean, if you're old and you're infirm, yes, you're going to get fucked up by the disease, but so does every other disease affect you that way.
Yeah. So if you believe in freedom now, you're a neo-Nazi.
That's right.
You think people have inalienable human rights? You're literally Hitler.
Now, listen, they're just using this blame and shame shit to get you to shut up. Stop letting it work. That's it. It has no basis in fact. It's completely irrational, and they pull it out because they know they're wrong. They can't argue the points, and they just want you to shut up. Do not comply.
No. And this is hilarious. This Tyler Stovall person clearly is somebody who, went to school for a social science degree and doesn't understand a damn thing about what he's talking about. However, I will admit this. He is right in that he's 100% wrong with his intent.
Okay.
Because
that's kind of weird.
You can make the argument that freedom is a construct of whiteness. Look at the world. Which culture fought a civil war to end slavery?
Ours.
Oh, a white culture.
Yes.
What cultures around the world currently enslave or forced labor camp their populations? China.
Correct.
Other areas in Asia, India, Africa is huge into it, the Middle East, some portions of even South America and Mexico you can make an argument because of the cartels.
Yeah.
Any of those nations predominantly white?
Nope.
Just asking for a friend.
That's the fact on the ground. In fact, the Marines out there, when they sing their theme song from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, back in the day, the ships were getting jumped, people enslaved, and we sent Marines over there to fuck them up to stop it.
Yeah.
So it's been going on for a long, long time, and it's never going to end.
Yep.
I'm sorry. We're just evil hairless monkeys, and that's what we do.
It is what we do.
All right.
Now, Dildeau thinks it's over. But he's not going to give up his powers. So, little Justin, freedom trucker crisis is over. But state of emergency powers are still needed. Now, of course, he promised that as soon as this crisis was over, he would give back his powers. Now, I can't think of anyone in particular. Has anyone ever done that before?
Yeah, I think so. I think I saw a movie.
I don't know. I think there's...
Oh, yeah, that's him!
I mean, I think it could be...
His face got burned off with his own force powers, and he took over the whole galaxy, and everyone applauded as it happened.
Of course.
Okay. I got it. Oh,
yeah. I mean, and what is his justification? Of course. The situation is still fragile. The state of emergency is still there. There's a flood of misinformation and disinformation washing over Canada, including from foreign sources. Oh, you mean like the Washington Post?
So
That are
basically,
shilling your water?
everything they call misinformation is simply information that is not part of their narrative.
Yes.
Every single time. Trace it back to... I've been doing this show for, 2 years now?
Yeah.
I've been...
Just about.
I mean, I've literally dug into this stuff and ripped it apart. And I'm just an old grunt. If I can figure it out, you guys should be able to figure it out. You're younger than me, goddammit.
Hell yeah. Ugh. Wow.
Hey, so what's our roll call?
Oh, we got one little thing left here.
Okay.
Because, not to be outdone. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
a person like this, when he's doubling and tripling down on stupid, there has to be a particular moment where he's going to take his stupidity and then put like 5 or 6 exclamation points on the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is it. Trudeau says that Canada will stand against authoritarianism, announcing sanctions against Russia.
That's the same guy who's been, freezing bank accounts and taking people's property because he doesn't like their peaceful protest because it scared the shit out of him.
Yep.
Because it's not a small minority.
No.
And if he keeps pushing his luck, he's going to find out the hard way that this is not going to work out for him. Historically speaking, this happened across the board.
Yeah. I see this and I see Dr. Evil going, right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I gotcha.
And with that being said, we ripped through this in virtually record time.
What's our count?
But hang on, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But there is still an American convoy coming down the pipe, and it is coming down the pipe very, very soon. So if you guys have not heard about this yet, there is going to be a DC convoy, and it is slated to begin, to my knowledge,
In California,
tomorrow. Barstow, California, February 23rd. Be there. We honk at dawn, and they have routes outlined.
Do it.
Do it. Be there. Do it now.
I like it.
Oh, and of course, leftoids being leftoids and, walls don't work. The most popular administration ever is planning ahead by putting a whole bunch of fencing around the White House again.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So much failure. So much failure. As if Biden wasn't already an embarrassment enough because of Afghanistan, Nord Stream.
The fact that he the only time he won an election was when they Richard Tatered him in there.
Yeah. And then there's that,
He was,
all the ice cream.
He was installed. I'm just going to say that, in my opinion.
I'm going to get screwed.
He was installed.
I'm going to get screwed. Ice cream social.
That's Ice Cream Social.
Ice cream social.
I got you.
I like ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream's good. Okay. So does he.
Just look up Alzheimer's and ice cream.
Yeah.
And then,
He likes it.
and then take a look at Joe Biden.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
That's all you
You need to know.
That's it.
Big thank you to the 1,063 people currently watching us over on YouTube. D Live is rocking 91 people. Doppelganger 229 donating some ice cream, ironically enough, and
Thank
some
you.
lemons. Thank you so much. We got 76 watching us over on Twitch. How you guys doing over there? Rumble is rocking 665 people. Hell to the yes.
Damn, I like it.
Oh, you guys are going to be getting some new tech butts as a thank you later. Oh yeah. Oh, we still got some donations over on Odyssey, even though we didn't get any. Even though we're not streaming over there.
Sure.
So big thank you to Chief Kickabitch from Slapaho Nation. He says, more than 3 decades back, I had a friend who was a source of bottomless BJs because I had a uniquely flavored Diaka that she loved. Any one of you would have exploited it for the same twisted way I did, so don't judge me. For full details, see gruntspeak@gmail.com. Bearing the subject.
And I am not judging you.
Chief Kickabitch. And maybe we'll read some of that later during the Super Chats. We have some time. Much appreciated, sir. How is everybody doing over there on MGTOW.tv? All 36 of you. That's pathetic.
Come on, man.
You guys got to be watching.
Bump those numbers up.
Bump those numbers up, man. Those are rookie numbers. Speaking of which, the likes are traveling way behind the viewers. There's 526 compared to 1,067. Smash the like button it owes you money. And do it now. Speaking of which, I think it actually is time for some super chats. But before we get to that, we do have a sponsor.
All right.
So I got to go over here because I'm actually going to live read this one.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm gonna live read this one.
All right.
And it fits. It fits very well for tonight. We have a new sponsor, Thomas Fitzgerald. Awesome dude. He was actually referred to us by Sandman. And he has written this book called, like I said, very fitting, The Police Are Not Your Friends, Guide to Police Interaction, Detainment, Arrest, and Trial. So, if the situation in Canuckistan has not already taught you the obvious, let Thomas Fitzgerald spell it out for you in his book, The Police Are Not Your Friends, A Guide to Police Interaction, Detainment, Arrest, and Trial. Because understanding your rights is how you get your white belt in administrative violence.
I like it.
Available on Amazon right now in paperback and Kindle. And, of course, as always, there is a link in the Meat Gazer box.
I like it.
So give it a click. Double-click your mouse.
Dude, you're way better at it than I am.
What?
When you read that whole thing, that was flawless. I would have fucked it up.
Well, I'm working on the, I'm nursing my special hot chocolate.
Yeah. Well, you are an English major, and I'm a dyslexic grunt, so there is a difference there.
There is that, yes. The dyslexia is already a bit of a handicap. You know?
Yeah.
And then you had the brain damage on top of it.
Yeah.
But, I really like that one. I hate to see it go, but, That's why they love you. You speak your mind. When your brain got damaged, that filter that everybody else has, that just dropped off.
That's right.
And I can put a pop filter on a microphone. It won't work.
No, I got in so much trouble in the military because I just could not stop myself from telling these people what they needed to hear and the truth.
You're damn right. Oh, man. We are a little light on Super Chats tonight, actually, so we might be making a jump to new tech quicker than I thought.
Okay.
But, man, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to check out things over here on MGTOW.tv. We got some from Mungo Harry.
All right.
Oh, God, Mungo Harry. It's spelled like Harry, not like Harry and the Hendersons, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
$20 donation. Evening, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sogo, we must not take the bait. Violence is the main tool of governments. First we protest, then we withdraw our consent and productivity. National strikes do work. In recent history, India and Poland are good examples. Yes, very true.
Yes, they are.
Then when government attacks us, it will be time when we must defend ourselves. Local nullification is the key to shutting down the feds.
Absolutely correct.
Yes. You can retake the system from the bottom up. That's one of the nice things about a republic. Just saying. All right, we got some more ice creams and lemons over on D-Live. Big thanks to Doppelganger229, MG Truck, and Drop the Hammer Now. You guys rock. And jumping over to Rumble. Nothing in the Rumble Rants chat quite yet. We do have 732 currently watching, though.
Wow, all right.
For the people who do watch on Rumble, I know that there was some problems with the donations and the Rumble Rants. They were having some issues. There is a verification process that you have to go through. So if you haven't done that yet, that's why you can't donate to the stream. So until you get that done, streamlabs.com/redonkulaspop/tip.
Yeah.
Just the tip.
And we also have Squarespace and Stripe.
Yep. All those links are in the description. Oh, good times. You know what? I'll take a look at that email from Chief Kick-a-Bitch. Why the hell not? Everything gets forwarded to the main, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think so. Oh, here we go.
Oh, it's a big
this is a big story here. I never told this story to anyone before, and I've been dying to tell it to someone. So it's either really good or it's going to wind up being a very big disappointment.
All right.
I sure as hell was not going to share it with my wife. Okay, now it's going to be good. While it was going on, I could not trust my friends with it. I do not want them ruining things for me out of jealousy or stupidity. Back in 1985, when I was 26, I started spending time with a 22-year-old neighbor, hot Filipina.
Oh.
Just a shade under 5 feet with a banging body and a gorgeous face. Whether she was a 9 or a 10 is probably a matter of individual preference, and at that score, I can't tell the difference. Most of them, even the 10s that you meet, like the handful in your life, usually they'll open your mouth and knock it down to an 8.5.
Yeah.
After a month of hanging out with her at my place, I wasn't getting anywhere, so I told her that I had gotten out of jail for a burglary rap just before I moved into the building.
Nice!
I didn't tell her that it was a case of mistaken identity. I did not have my wallet when I went out for a run on the morning the cops picked me up, and I was released as soon as my fingerprints checked out. That got her wet, and she was in my pants within 30 seconds.
Damn!
But all men are the same, right? I'm above average porn flick dick size. Cool.
Okay.
Still, she blurted out, "That's the biggest one I've ever seen." Something no one had ever said to me, so it got me harder than I already was. Then she took it in her mouth to suck me off. After she swallowed, I banged her twice that night. Now for the freaky part.
What?
I thought we were already there.
All right,
right?
I thought we were already there. All right.
After she sucked me off, she said it was the best tasting one she ever had. Loved the taste of the bazooka juice as well and wanted it in 2 more days. What she did not know was what she was tasting. The night before, after I showered, I was lying in bed unable to sleep, so I rubbed one out and wiped with Kleenex. That little bit was left in the shaft, dribbled out, and got trapped in the fold of my foreskin.
God, it's nasty.
Mugging!
Wash that shit.
Since I do not shower in the morning, it was left to decay until she removed it with her mouth.
Oh, my God.
The next night, I edged until a little came out and made sure to give the little head a good coating. I did not want to finish because I wanted maximum pleasure the following night. Sure enough, what she loved was the taste of rotted bazooka juice.
That's kind of nasty.
A little nasty.
It's nasty as
My
hell.
body type was not her ideal, even though I was in shape, weighed 170 pounds at the time, 6 feet even. Although I was acceptable, she preferred men a bit broader in the shoulders at around 200 pounds. Still, she wanted to see me 3 days a week to indulge her new addiction. This went on for 47 months, often 4 times a week. I soon
Wow.
got tired of jerking it to the point of almost busting and then devised a method of saving a full load for her mouth, thus enhancing my pleasure.
Damn.
Oh, God. This is getting worse. This should have been for the last stream.
Yeah.
I whacked off into a freezer bag and froze it flat so I'd have a sheet of solid bazooka juice. That way I could break off a small piece with a pair of tweezers after my nightly shower, put it in the folds to work its magic overnight. She had a guy at the time, but when she was between boyfriends, she started coming over almost every night. She came over around 600 times, maybe more, during the last 2 years alone, maybe 1,000 times in total.
Wow.
Sometimes she even came over for a taste before her date. Oh, God.
Dude, that you're gonna get some bad karma for this, bro. Just telling you right now.
I wasn't getting laid about half of the time we met up since she was saving that for her current boyfriend, but he wasn't getting any BJs. That way she could tell herself she wasn't cheating on either him or Mr. Johnson, as she named it. I did not care since I was getting off without having to work for it. She was a virtuoso on the skin flute, and the rest of my evenings were free as soon as she finished. She went through a dozen boyfriends during that time, but the one constant in her life was the hygienically challenged Mr. Johnston. When she was between boyfriends, I got laid 2 or 3 times a week after getting great head. None of her boyfriends lasted more than 3 months, and the average was probably 2. I could always tell when they dumped her because that was when she was particularly needy, so I had to bang her 4 to 5 times a week for a few weeks. I always wore a rubber, thank God. Sometime during the second month, I dumped my pain-in-the-ass girlfriend and remained single as I had no reason to keep her or get a replacement. On top of that, I never had to spend any money on her, winning.
That is a big bonus, right?
So in the remotely unlikely possibility that you're watching, here's to you, Christina. And now you know the secret behind the taste you craved, Mr. Johnson's unique flavor. It's the chef's special sauce.
Oh my God. Well, that was disturbing.
That was very disturbing.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
That's wow.
Now, typically, we don't like to read stuff that long.
No.
No, typically, about half that is what we'll do.
Yeah, it's entertaining, but holy smoking Joe Frazier. Whew. It's almost like a 4chan shitpost.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of which, Lazy Gizmos just said the same thing. Are you reading a 4chan shitpost? No, that was a direct email from one of our audience
fans
over on Odyssey.
Uh-huh.
Oh, shit. All right, over on YouTube here, In Fantasy I Die. I've got some pizza. I've got some beer. Life is great. No need for a... William drinks beer. Yes.
I like it.
Carl Jackson, 2 Blackhawks crashed in Utah. Any news? I haven't heard about this.
I heard about it. I have no news. And
You're going to crash a helicopter in Mormon country?
well, they crash them all the time. In fact, when I first came in, we used to call them crash hawks. They crashed all the time.
Well, whatever works. Ugh. Just remembering women that I know from Utah. One moment. Okay.
Yeah, I've been there, and
They're all mentally ill.
yeah, they're just. I don't think they're like mentally developed well.
Well, the ones that aren't Mormon are usually like tattooed, pierced single mamas.
Raging whores. Yep.
I wouldn't be shocked if half of the high school population there had an OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
Would not be shocked at all. Gee, I wonder why the lake is so salty. In fact, they named a city after it. Sorry, mugging. Sam Whiskey, welcome to the United Canadian Socialist Republic. UCSR. I dig it. Digital Demonic Davros, are we sending an emu army to help the woke inclusive U.S. Army?
Maybe. I don't no idea.
Hey, they might need it. Things keep going the way they're going. You know, this is the administration that was going to bring normalcy back to the White House, right? And now we've got the new guy who was just hired who apparently likes, dressing up his partners like a dog and identifies as and underwent like the conversion therapy
On the
failed.
in the second half of this stream, when we go all tech, I'm going to be talking about the retention as well.
Ooh. Oh, and then of course there was the drag queen diva with the fish hooks for fingernails, the one that Jen Psaki thought it would be a phenomenal idea to build a whole marketing video around for YouTube.
Yes.
Normalcy in the White House. Cobra X $224.39 with $10 Canadian. You think Joe Job's approval rating is crap at 39%? Dildo's approval rating is 16%. His approval rating is lower than our Congress?
Wow!
Holy shit!
Holy fucking Joe.
I think picking up dog shit with your bare hands has a higher approval rating than 16%.
And holy smoking Joe Frazier. Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow. I mean, I knew as soon as he did this, as soon as he called on the emergency powers thing and went full Palpatine, he lost.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Hollywood leftoids, Evangeline Lilly from Lost. She plays the Wasp in the Ant-Man movies now.
Yeah.
She came out and said, just talk to your constituents. He's not going to talk to his constituents. You know why? Because he's a typical leftoid. He can't debate. All he can do is say, you're sexist, you're racist, you're a bigot.
That's absolutely correct. The blame and shame, phobist strategy the left uses doesn't even work anymore. We're done.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Why do you think they constantly defer to that in debates?
I know.
Or they defer to the chunk yogurt strategy, which is, it's on Google, you can look it up. Aren't you supposed to do that when you prep for the debate, you fat sack of shit?
You would think. You would think.
Sofamob 7, $27.99 Canadian. Sending it to you before Castro Jr. steals it.
I like it. And you know what? If you went to crypto, he couldn't touch any of your shit.
Oh, they're probably going to try. Why do you think they're trying? They tried to sneak in crypto regulation into the Build Back bullshit.
Well, but the thing is, there are so many crypto, basically places where you can buy crypto on exchanges.
Oh, there's so much variety
all over the world.
Yeah, we had a sponsor for like a fresh one right out the box, Crypto Phoenix.
Yeah,
you guys should check them out. CryptoPhoenix.org.
Yeah.
Hit them up. Tell them Pop sent you. The Paranormal Soldier with a $10 donation. I completed the Tyrone and Ray Ray challenge. The mamas got their Go-Gurt, that's yogurt from a tube, and I got my cereal. Can I get a gonorrhea from Pop?
Gonorrhea! No. You don't want that, bro.
You just asked to get gonorrhea from an old man.
That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing.
Why would you want Pop to give you gonorrhea? I mean, come on.
Because if I had gonorrhea, I'd probably be incurable, and I'd give it to you. You don't want to be incurable. You'd be fucked. Literally.
Things that burn. I'll take things that burn for 400, Alex.
I like it. Didn't he? Isn't he dead?
He did. Yeah,
He did.
I was really hoping LeVar Burton would get the job.
Me too. I like him.
Yeah, I mean, he's Geordie fucking LaForge.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
He's the Reading Rainbow guy.
Yeah. All right, let's move
Good,
on.
a great fit. Sam Whiskey. Pop, why is the Kalashnikov so popular in Afghanistan?
Because you can throw it in the dirt, pick it up, load it, and fire it, and it'll be just fine. It has very, very crazy tolerances. And it was made that way so it'll work in the freezing cold. It'll even work when you pull it out of the water. It'll work when it's full of mud. I've literally seen guys load it, leave it on the ground for months on end. It's caked in rust. Pick it up, throw a little oil on there, get the action moving, and it shot just fucking fine.
Yeah.
Not accurate, but it worked.
Yeah. People in the chat are pointing out that Geordie LaForge went woke. Yeah, but
I understand.
That's literally 99.9%.
I got you, but I thought he was a good actor, and he deserves a good gig, in my opinion.
It's been a while since he's had one.
Yeah, it has.
And from what I understand, when you actually see him at conventions, he's not a grade A asshole like Walter Koenig. The guy who played Chekhov.
Yeah.
From what I understand, he is a huge dick.
Hey, you.
Jaha Adiyaka.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
He's an expandimus Richard.
Yeah. Nicest celebrity I've ever met, hands down, Dee Wallace. The one who played Elliot's mom in E.T., and she was the mom in Cujo. Sweetest lady ever. And she told me, like, we were just talking, shooting the shit, and she's telling me, she's like, I don't go on fucking Facebook anymore. She's like, that's too political bullshit for me. I'm like, yeah.
I like it. I like it.
She was awesome. Matt Sanderson, don't lump in feds with sheriff's offices. Much different animals, trust me.
Then act like it.
Well, sheriffs are elected. Feds are appointed.
Yeah, and a lot of the sheriffs don't understand that they're elected, and in their county where they're elected, they have the final say in what all law enforcement takes place.
Yep.
So the feds come in there, they could literally say, you need to get the fuck out of here.
Yes. Get out. Dung is fun. I love seeing more fences around the White House because it shows how much people hate them and how much fences actually work. FJB.
Amen. They do work.
And they women. Sean Hardeen, I think Hillary is dancing to all of this.
God, no.
You know, you might be right. I think she might be dancing to all of this. I love how he refuses to look at it.
This disgusts me, man.
Just drink more. You'll be fine.
I hate that bitch.
Everyone hates that bitch. That's why you can tell just how desperate the leftoids and the Democratic Party are getting when they're actually floating the possibility of a 2024 run for that wretched Quantaha.
Yep.
How out of ideas do you have to be?
My sources tell me her health is really bad.
And she's how many times? She's won one election, and a Kennedy had to die for that to happen.
Mysteriously.
Yes, mysteriously.
How'd that happen?
I'm sure that it was totally an accident, probably just some poor mechanic's work on that airplane, right?
I gotcha.
Yeah. Totally, yeah. Just like the dude in France who, just hung himself in his jail cell miraculously while the cameras weren't on. I can't imagine where I've heard anything like that before.
And wasn't he associated with the other guy in America that happened?
I think so, and I think he knew names of people who like to get their, their corn on the cob buttered by underage kids.
Yeah.
I think there was a whole island devoted to this. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah. How odd.
How odd. So strange. Dung is fun. What age are you required to join the draft? I never signed up.
18.
And what would happen if they required me to do so?
Well, they can fuck you up if you're not registered to draft and you're over the age of 30.
Which is horseshit because women are still not supposed to register for the draft.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Justin with a $10 donation. Thank you very much. That was supposed to be my coin, but I like that one better. Sergeant Pop, need your expert opinion. Given current circumstances, if NATO and Russia tie into each other over Ukraine, who's likely to win, assuming no one uses atomic or chemical weapons?
It all depends how you play the game. Russia can win if they do a full-out assault and they get it done inside of 2 months because they don't have the GDP and they don't have the supplies for an extended war. NATO can win if they don't allow them to get started and stall them and cause them to burn resources before they even attack. You can do it that way. Another way is you move into Ukraine, a lot of the high-end anti-aircraft missiles and equipment, because Russia is going 85% of all of their plans, they have to get air dominance first. If you deny them that, then they will have a hard time doing deep strikes into that country. Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question. Thank you for asking it.
That is a very good question. All right, we are getting some reports from Jackal Hunter that Streamlabs is screwed, and it says that the payee account is restricted. If that's true, then that means Streamlabs is now messing with us, and they are going to have to refund us a lot of money.
Wow. Streamlabs is doing that?
Apparently so.
We need to get an independent program that could do this where you don't have to have fucking...
This is some horse shit. Ugh. From what I understand, there's some creators out there who are using CashApp almost exclusively for this stuff. So there is a CashApp option in the description if you guys want to send in some donations.
Yeah, my thing is, if we're
holy
restricted,
shit.
how come we weren't notified by Streamlab?
Exactly.
Okay, so we're gonna have to bring that up tomorrow.
Yeah, I was noticing that there's nothing in here, so that's yeah. Red flag.
Okay.
Gotta love it.
I want, if it's hooked up to our PayPal, that could be doing it.
No, it all got hooked up to the new one.
Okay.
The one that's super secret. Combat Mechanic, Pop, the M16 and AK have been mud tested on YouTube a lot. M16 always wins due to the dust/mud cover over the breech, keeping out the mud. Just saying.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I deployed with the M16A2 and the AR-15, and I cleaned that motherfucker every day. It did collect a lot of dust, and if you didn't clean it every day and you really needed it, you're taking your chances.
Yep. 1997 Heritage. Hannibal Lecter's physiological profile of Buffalo Bill aligns almost perfectly with the mentality of the manual transmission LBGTQ WTF LOL types of today.
You're talking about the loose, gay, but twerking queer people?
Yes.
I got you. And those are all words they use.
Yep.
So it's not me.
Rick Vella. Hey, Pop, what's your opinion on MRAD versus MOA?
I'm a fan of MOA because that's how I was trained. In fact, if you're going to use MOA minutes of angle, you get a little bit more accurate beyond 800 meters. MRAD, it's a little bit more dicey. I've never really... I mean, I like MRAD. It's okay. But there was nothing wrong with MOA. I don't even know why they came up with that new system. But it is what it is. What are you going to do? It is what it is. All right. Just one more chat, it looks like here. They're kind of slowly dripping in here. Jaffo on the bow. National Divorce/Civil War II is a red herring. It gives these cultural Marxists an opportunity to do away with the Constitution. Traitors do air mambo. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. What in the butt, bud, baby? All right. We are exactly just about at the hour mark. This is right where we wanted to be. So we're going to be jumping ship because what we're going to be talking about will definitely not be well received on YouTube. You can see the stack of papers up there that we're going to be diving into. We have a special guest. Major T is going to be joining us in just a few minutes. Before the jump, actually during the jump, I will post links to every place that this stream is live in the chat so you guys can follow us over. And trust me, you are not going to want to miss this. Not only are we going to have better butts, we're going to have forbidden subjects. What's our final count before we punch out? 1,070 currently watching over on YouTube. 103 on DLive. 89 on Twitch. 813 on Rumble. Hot damn. Fuck yeah. And 56 on MGTOW.tv. We're over 2,000. That's the first time that's ever happened. Since the first stream, anyway. Yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you all very much for watching. Look for those links in the chat. They're coming your way. We will see you on New Tech. No.